Anyway, moving on. So, as we said before, we were talking about rookie quarterbacks, and I said we're going to get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Nick, why don't you tell us the next topic?
I just want to talk about for like the 20th time, we could have had a great episode about the draft because there were 5 top-notch rookie quarterbacks drafted in this year's draft. And I just want to see, it's early. So after a couple weeks, who's doing better than who? What we're looking like. And if you had to pick the best quarterback at the end of the season, we're going to make a prediction which one is going to do better based off what you've seen so far. Now, we'll start with this. Obviously, Justin Fields and Trey Lance are currently backups. So their stats right now don't matter. I think probably Justin Fields will be in sooner rather than later. Possibly this week. Sandy Dalton got hurt.
Exactly.
Trey Lance, listen, I love Jimmy G. He's a nice guy. He's, good enough to be a starter. But if they start losing games in San Francisco, I promise you, he's coming out.
Dude, I would have threw Trey Lance in at the beginning, but that's beside the point.
They gave us a flash of that in week 1. They randomly put Trey Lance in on like a 1st and goal, and he threw a 5-yard touchdown. And I thought, oh wow. And then Jimmy G's played every snap since. So we'll exclude Trey Lance and Justin Fields because they just, Fields got a few snaps the other day, and that was it.
Yeah.
But looking at what we got now, what I see every day, and I watch all, me. I watch ESPN, I watch First Take, I watch FS1, so I watch Undisputed, First Things First, all the good ones, right?
Yep.
And all they say is, they like Mac Jones, they give him their respect, He's a very accurate passer, 73, almost 74% passing in 2 games. No turnovers, not even a fumble loss, no picks, only 1 touchdown. Okay, but we're 1-1. We almost won against a very good Dolphins team, I would say. Very close game. Costly fumble at the end from not Jones, but someone else lost the game for him. What I keep hearing is, Trevor Lawrence has picks because he throws it down the field more, and they're pulling up the charts of how far they're throwing. In 2 games, Trevor Lawrence has 450 passing yards. Mac Jones has 467. From his dump passes, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
He's very efficient right now. As a Pats fan, I like Mac Jones a lot, and he's 2-0 to me. His first game I was pleased with. Last game, rough offensive line-wise. I won't get into that, but our tackles got ate up. But I thought he did pretty good. Wasn't a high passing game, wasn't a crazy stat game, but he didn't do anything wrong. So Mac Jones is basically doing what he did at Alabama. He's just doing what people thought he would be. He's, what did they say, the most ready starter of all the rookie quarterbacks, and he's showing that.
Then again, Alabama is built like a pro NFL
That's right.
team.
Alabama could probably be a wild card football team in the NFL right now, if we're being honest. I don't want to Trevor Lawrence. He's going to be great, and you'll be shocked to know I'm still thinking Trevor Lawrence will end up having a better overall year than Mac Jones. Statistically, if any of these guys can win Rookie of the Year, it would be Trevor Lawrence. He's made some really crappy, I would say, just dumb, throwing across your body, running the other way, dumb stuff like that. I give it to week 8, and I bet he's already got that fixed.
You can't do that in the NFL like you could in college.
No. In college, you got,
it's a tendency.
90% of the guys you're playing against aren't going to, that's it. They're college players, and that's it.
Yeah.
So he's going to be better, but it is a rough start. He's right at 50% passing. 42 of 84. Not great. Does have 4 touchdowns, but he has 5 picks. So he's thrown picks in both his games so far. 3 against the Texans? We just talked about.
Week 1, yeah.
So that was a rough game for him, but I think he's going to end up being the best this year. And he probably, because of his physical ability, has the highest, I would say, he has the highest ability of all of them to build on top of his talent for years to come. 10 years from now, he'll probably be like the guy. He'll be like Aaron Rodgers.
That's if he has a team. That's if he has a team.
Well,
the Jags are built for success right now, in my opinion.
Maybe not right now, but they do have some good young receivers around them, and good talent around them. So, I'll give them that, but we'll see how long Urban Meyer lasts. But,
exactly. That's another coaching.
Then the last guy I want to talk about is Zach Wilson. Zach got his, he had a rough one against the Pats. Obviously, I loved every second of it. But he threw 4 picks, and he started the game. At one point, he was 4 of 8 with 4 picks. So he had a good second half, but his first half and a little bit of third quarter was really rough.
What did he do in the second half? Do you know? Off the top, just spitballing.
I know he ended the game with just over 200 yards, but he was still barely 50% completing the passes. Oh, and they did score a touchdown. So whatever he did wasn't that great.
All right.
But it was a rough start for him. Granted, that's Bill Belichick, the GOAT coach, defensive guru. Yeah. So I'll give him some credit. You know, I won't really tear him up for that one. He still has, he's got a better completion percentage in 2 games than Trevor Lawrence. I thought he played pretty good against Panthers in his first game.
Best defense in the league right now.
Second half,
they did good.
You know, was kind of a comeback. I mean, they made it a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter at one point.
They did.
So I thought he did okay. I knew we'd do good against him. I didn't know we'd get 4 picks, but Bill against I can't really give him much.
Against the Jets, he usually fucks the Jets.
Yeah,
pretty hard.
And a rookie quarterback. That's like the 1-2 punch right there.
So they're smiling on the other end of the sideline.
Yeah,
that was Adam Gase, but still funny.
But Zach Wilson, I wasn't high on him at all, and everyone thought he might even go first because he was that talented. But then watching film of his pro day, Hunter was so high on him, and I literally texting Hunter Williams at work. I was like, "Yeah, I just saw this guy make a throw. This guy's crazy. He's got a freaking
good.
He's got a Patrick Mahomes cannon, maybe stronger arm than Trevor Lawrence. So he's got great ability. He's got a very high ceiling. This year, though, I think they got a worse situation than the Jags as far as the roster goes. Like building, they got it worse than the Jaguars do.
They do.
Their coach is good. Their defense is okay. Well, and their coach is okay, but he's young. But they don't have... They got Corey Davis, who's pretty good. That's a new addition, right?
Yeah.
And they got Crowder, but he's injury prone. I don't think he's played a game yet. He hasn't played the first 2 games yet. Past that, they don't have a no line.
They don't have shit.
They don't have a decent tight end. They don't have anything else working for him. So he's just in a really bad spot compared to all the other guys. Even the backups. Fields, he's on the Bears. They got a good defense. They're a competitive team, right? Trey Lance, are you kidding me? The 49ers won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. You know what I mean? They got a pretty good situation.
I'll speak on
I
that.
feel bad for Zach Wilson. I'll just say it. I feel bad. He's on such a crap situation. He could be a Sam Darnold, Hunter. He could suck, quote, for a few years, go to a different team, and then start balling.
It depends on
that's
the front
my
office.
prediction.
That's what I'm worried about. Those 2 especially, and Zach and Trevor. I don't trust the Jaguars front office. They got 2 new coaches. Whoop de fuck could do, which is good, but you got to be able to build a fucking team. And if the Jets are shown time and time again they can't build a team. Yet Adam Gase.
It's been about 25 years since their last decent team.
I mean, the Jags, they did build a team for 2 years back in 2015, 2016.
But it was also pure defense.
2017, yeah.
And they destroyed their cap.
And Blake Bortles.
And
we all
Blake
know how
Bortles,
he did.
Yeah.
He had a fucking ceiling that hit 2 seasons and then dropped. So I hope these 2 franchises don't fuck these 2 quarterbacks up.
I feel bad for both of them because they're so talented.
So your answer, you think, is Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence will probably... I mean, he could seriously win Rookie of the Year. He's going to turn... The interceptions are going to go down. Completion percentage will go up from that. And just statistically, he can win it because he throws the ball so purely and well.
Yeah.
He's got probably the best receiving core of all 5 quarterbacks. So, yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence, as expected, will probably be like a Rookie of the Year candidate before it's all said and done. Yeah. But I love my boy Mac. Mac might have the most wins of all the quarterbacks.
Yeah, the Patriots are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I can't really agree more. Trevor Lawrence, he's having a rough start like any rookie quarterback can. But, it'll get better. I mean, all these mistakes that they're making now are because they're rookies. I mean, it's going to happen. They could do that shit in college. They ain't going to do it in the NFL. No. And that's where this learning curve comes into play. Yeah. So, Trevor Lawrence, I think, like you said it, I'm not going to repeat you. He'll get better as time goes on, and he's just more talented than any other rookie quarterback.
He's so...
Probably ever. Any quarterback coming out of college, he is the most talented, physically, in my opinion. Gifted.
It's crazy. He has the arm of Mahomes, and he can run like Daniel Jones.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah. Anyway, so yes, I think Trevor Lawrence will win it in the long run. Mac Jones, I think he'll do great. Alabama is built like a NFL team.
Yeah.
They run a spread a lot. They run inside zone runs a lot. They spread the ball out, and they really do a great job at pinpointing these quarterbacks' flaws and how good they are. So Mac Jones, he's really accurate when it comes to these short dump-off passes like Tom Brady was.
Yep.
And he showed that in Alabama, and that's why he's so good right now. It's the same fucking scheme, basically.
And you hate to say, he's like Tom Brady, but, nowadays quarterbacks, Mac Jones, there's no other really quarterback to compare him to. It's like a young Tom Brady. He doesn't run at all, at all. Yeah. But he's good in the pocket. He's got a good awareness, and he finds the open guy. So I hate when people say that's not a good comparison, but that's like the only comparison you can make, because there's not many pocket passing quarterbacks like that.
So I think Mac Jones could be a second, but Trevor Lawrence is first in my opinion. Justin Fields, I think he could be really good. I don't think the help is there on offense as much. I know he's got Allen Robinson, but he lost Anthony Miller.
Yep.
The offensive line, he's got David Montgomery. But when it comes to passing, they're not really a passing team. And plus, he's sitting behind Andy Dalton. I think that's a mistake. I would just let Justin Fields start.
Red Rocket.
It is, but it is what it is. But they're not really a passing team. That's why I don't think the stats will be there for Justin Fields. Not saying he's not good, but it's just not going to be there for him.
No.
But and Zach Wilson, you already said what you got to say about him. He'll get better. I'm just worried about the team he's on isn't going to help support him. Like Sam Darnold. We're seeing how good Sam Darnold is.
Yep.
With a good team, with good weapons.
That's right.
In my opinion, we just got to fucking protect the motherfucker. So in this next draft, it better be offensive line. Or offseason.
Go from straight defense to straight offense. You just
offensive
switch it up
line. I'm talking left guard, center, right guard,
and
left tackle. Because Cameron Irvin can't block any fucking thing. So anyway, Zach Wilson, he'll get better as well. He's not going to beat Trevor Lawrence out. But I'm telling you, I don't know why they're starting Jimmy Garoppolo. They paid him, $150 million?
Yeah.
That's probably why. They can't trade him. They already tried trading him. Nobody's going to want to take a mid-tier quarterback that's worth $150 million fucking dollars. No. Not going to happen. So they got to use him. I get it. But Trey Lance, we saw him in preseason. He did really good.
Yeah.
He had a couple bullshit throws, but that's any rookie quarterback. Now, if he would start on that fucking team, you got Brandon Ayuk, who hasn't had but like one or two targets.
But you got Debo.
You got Debo, who's going off my fantasy.
Old George Kittle.
They got
dual threat tight end.
They got like 3 good running backs. I know Mostert kind of fucked me in fantasy.
They better have 3 more good ones because their top 3 are all out next week.
So I think if Trey Lance was starting, he is going to be Rookie of the Year. Just because of the team that is around him. Plus, you got Kyle Shanahan. Probably a top 5 coach, offensive-minded coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal.
Good defense, so they're,
good defense, so you're probably going to get a lot of turnovers, and you can get short fields. That helps your statistics.
Yep.
So I think Trey Lance would be Rookie of the Year if he was starting, but
Agreed.
Like you said, Trevor Lawrence, he's just too talented to fucking pass up. He's going to cut it down. He's going to cut the mistakes down.
But I'll give you that, though. The only reason I didn't include him is because I just don't see them unless Jimmy G gets hurt, which he's known to do. If he gets hurt, that's a great opportunity. But if he doesn't get hurt, I just don't see them taking him out unless he's just playing just so god-awful. But he is physically gifted. It goes Trevor, then Trey. Trey Lance is big, strong, fast, can run, can throw it probably 75 air yards. He is very talented. I'll give you that. And I hope... You don't want to hope anybody gets hurt, but, I hope Jimmy G,
They really do.
Gets taken out for a few plays and doesn't come back in.
Are they 2-0?
They're 2-0. Yeah, they close games. The Lions, mad respect to the Lions, almost made the greatest comeback I ever saw. And then the Eagles defense gave them trouble.
Eagles were beating them for like
They were. Oh, yeah. And they only won by
it was like 17-0 or something like that. Or it was close.
No, it was like a touchdown. It was a low-scoring game. But, they won. They're a good team. But I agree. Trey Lance is already. I mean, Trey Lance is so gifted. It's just one thing coming in when he was drafted is the guys he played in his division in college weren't that great. That could be he could look like a Trevor Lawrence when he first starts. I don't know. It depends on when he comes in.
Yeah.
So they have to worry about that.